I don't know why we all couldn't just let it be. We're looking for answers I don't want to see. And why does it have to be?
Hi everybody, welcome to It's Talkie, where we talk about It's Walky now.
Finally.
But more so.
It's Talkie 2.
Yeah. Oh, well, I did set this as the second season.
Yeah. Welcome to the second episode of the second season. It starts rough, but it gets really good around here.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that yet. We'll have to wait till like literally any review comes in. Somebody could be like, "No, it was better when it was like just the first episode and they had no clue what they were doing."
Oh god, that'd be the worst. I'd hate for something I made to get worse as it goes along, rather than it starts rough and it gets better.
Yeah, you want to go on the webcomic arc, not the Marvel comic arc.
Yeah.
But yeah, are you ready?
I'm ready
for the big day.
I'm ready.
All right.
My name is Scanner, and my pronouns are they them.
Yep. I guess I should probably name myself also. I'm gonna name myself Tastrel today. He they.
Mm-hmm.
I might change my mind later.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on that.
All right. So hey, should we see what's going on with the movies?
What's going on at the movies? Let me open up this.
What's going on with movies is the Flintstones sequel.
They made a second one of those?
Yeah, the Flintstones in Viva Rock Vegas.
That's not even a pun. Rock Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, Rock Vegas.
I looked this up, and the third image for me is the thumbnail for Doug Walker's review of it, so that's a good sign. Yeah,
that tells you. Actually, it doesn't tell you about the quality, because we also have the Doug Walker review of The Wall.
Yeah. I mean, it tells me about its notoriety, which is that no one really cares about it.
Yeah, and after that, you have another forgotten movie, U571.
I don't know that one.
Yeah. Some Americans disguise themselves as Germans and try and get on a U-boat, steal the Enigma. Yeah.
Directed by John Mostow? Oh, director of Terminator 3. That's a great film.
Yeah, we got Love and Basketball, which I know nothing about.
Mm. Is that another sports movie, or is it just called that?
It's a sports movie. You might be surprised, but I wasn't really big into sports or sports movies.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, and in my small town rural school, they didn't give us a lot of basketball movies. It was mainly football movies. When we were, the teacher didn't want to teach that day. Look, I had a football coach, the same football coach as my teacher 3 times.
Mm.
Got it. Yeah. We also, number 6, 28 Days.
Yeah, the first in the 28 Days Later franchise.
Yes.
It's a weird
definitely
one.
not a completely different movie.
Yeah, it's set before the zombies, so it's just about this newspaper columnist who is trying to quit alcohol, and then in the next one is when the zombies are.
And hey, we have a 2D animated movie again, The Road to El Dorado.
Yeah, DreamWorks classic.
Yeah. Thank you for inventing the DreamWorks face, The Road to El Dorado.
Oh god, it did, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the origin of the DreamWorks face, and also that lady there's all the pornography of.
Yeah, this is the two things that came from this movie. But yeah, that's most everything. American Beauty's still holding it in. Galaxy Quest is just barely in it anymore.
Yeah. High Fidelity's on here. That's a good movie. I just don't remember it being a good movie.
Yeah, that's the important thing. It's as long as it's good in our memories and we never go back.
Yeah. The movie that has come up on this podcast, actually. Is the bit where he sells 5 copies of the Beta Band's 3 EPs.
Speaking of records, yeah, should we talk about the billboards?
Yeah,
the Hot 100? Mariya by Santana.
Yeah.
Look, it's the year of Santana. It's not the first time it's been the year of Santana, and it won't be the last.
He makes like good music. It's not like
my
main kind of thing, but like I won't disagree with him.
Yeah, Santana. He can play. Yeah, we got He Wasn't Man Enough by Tony Braxton. But the real height of this chart, I think, is the Thong Song by Cisco.
I have no idea what that is.
Well, the this might help you. The chorus of the song is thong 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 thong.
I had to say it. And it doesn't. It sounds like very pro women.
It is extremely pro women.
Yeah.
Not as pro women as "Say My Name" by Destiny's Child, but it's up there.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. That we got Pink on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go by Pink. It's number 15. And the Dixie Chicks are here. Like
I was gonna say,
before they got canceled by the right wing because something has happened. I wonder what's gonna happen.
They're at number 19. I hope they have a long, fruitful career.
Yeah. Oh, Smooth is still on here too.
People can't get enough of them.
Yeah. I don't remember what Wobble Wobble is, but it's like I think I know it.
By the 504 Boys with a Z. As we talked about last time, they love the Z.
But yeah, it is definitely one of those songs of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But what? Yeah, now you got anything that pops out to you here, or should we move on to
Other Side by the Red Hot Chili Peppers from?
Oh yeah.
I forget which album, but the album that came out that year. Kid Rock's on here. He would go on to have a long, fruitful career, including playing at the Chud version of the halftime show, right?
Yeah. Matchbox 20 and Blink 182.
Oh yeah, all the small things, classic.
But yeah, this is diving deeper into the Hot 100.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it wouldn't go up to 100 if it wasn't worth paying attention to what's here. The Real Slim Shady by Eminem, that's on here.
Oh, it's new.
Yeah, it's new. It doesn't. Real Slim Shady.
Oh, absolutely. Story of a Girl by 9 Days.
This is the story of.
But yeah, we got some real classics here, and some real things that only old people know.
Yeah. Was music better in the past? Depends.
Yeah, if you go back and listen to all of it, no.
No. Music's kind of like always...
But if you only pick out the good ones, then it's the past is way better.
Yeah, music is always, like, on average, really bad. So it's you really just like picking the highlights to decide what the good years are.
Yeah, really, listening to the radio in the aughts was a lot like hitting shuffle on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Whole lot of stuff you don't want to listen to. And then some stuff you're like, oh, hey. Speaking of oh, hey, I heard you have an album for me today.
I do. So I'm going to go through. To me at least, I know to other people they would pick up other things, but to me at least these are like the notable album releases of the latter half of the year 2000.
Yeah, we're not pretending this is a podcast, not like the dictionary where we have to pretend we're authoritative on music.
Yeah,
you just go with what you like.
I know. I know I'm definitely forgetting things. So please do yell at me in our email inbox.
Sure.
If I didn't talk about I don't know, whatever album you really love from this year. So, Duster, Contemporary Movement, an album I bring up because it's the one that like Me and the Birds, the TikTok like sad meme song is from. 1000 Hertz by Shellac, the like Steve Albini's band. Oval Process, like a really cool like glitch sort of like ambient record.
Yeah.
Beautiful Canada.
They'd invented glitches by then?
Yeah. Boards of Canada's In a Beautiful Place Out in the Country, the EP. Really great album. Microphones. It Was Hot We Stayed in the Water. This is their like first full length before the Glow Part 2, which I think is like the the main one people care about. Other than that's not true. People I don't know, this is a good album. I really love the microphones, and I really love like Mount Airy, which is what like Phil Elverum would like rename the musical project to. I think I'm not trying to like shit on it. It's just I think it's like their like first album was like overshadowed by The Glow Part 2 and by Mount Airy. Mm-hmm. Also, we have Stankonia by Outkast. Great hip-hop record. Lift Your Skinny Fist Like Antennas to Heaven by Godspeed You Black Emperor. That's like a classic of the like second wave like post-rock era. If people haven't listened to that, go listen to that. And go listen to Sorry.
What layer of post-rock are we on today?
Right now, technically we're still in the third wave. The first wave is like Slint, Swans, the like soundtracks of the Blind album, Gasta del Sol, Bark Psychosis, of which their like album Hex is the one that like we get the term post rock from, and second wave is like Godspeed You Black Emperor, Mogwai, Sigur Rós, etc. And then the third wave is mostly bands inspired by Godspeed You Black Emperor.
Look! Not only 40 people listen to Godspeed Your Black Emperor, but every one of them started a band.
that actually might be true. What else? Since I Left You by the Avalanches, the first and for a long time only Avalanches album. People may not have heard this whole album, but they've definitely heard Frontier Psychiatrist.
It's a classic.
It really is. That's a great song and a fucking great music video. There's a reason that was like a hit, especially a hit like on YouTube. I don't know. I think that song is interesting and it is like sort of, for lack of a better word, YouTube core, in that like it's a song everyone has heard because it always comes up in your like YouTube recommend like tab. That like Plastic
I remember
Love.
seeing it on the music television.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like obviously people heard it when it came out, but I think it's interesting that like that's
that it keeps going.
Yeah. I also have some albums I don't particularly care for, but are like representative of the era. Killswitch Engage's self-titled, Limp Bizkit, Chocolate Starfish, and the Hot Dog Flavored Water, which I think might be an all-time like worst album cover. It's definitely up there. Marilyn Manson, Hollywood, and Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park comes out around this time. Are you a big Linkin Park fan?
Yeah. Look. It was the time, and I fucking loved it. Mm-hmm. Still do.
Yeah.
I am cringe, but I am free.
Exactly. It is a cringe and free record. I was never a super big Linkin Park fan, but I did listen to their stuff, and I did understand why people like it.
Look, let me tell you about AMVs and how like every third AMV was a Linkin Park song.
Yeah, that's actually true. If we're talking about like the way that this is like affected like by the internet later on, it is essential AMV core. I don't know. I think AMVs are like an interesting way to like think about the way that like a lot of people got exposed to music, because there's definitely a lot of bands and a lot of like songs that like the way people found them originally were them playing over like clips of an anime.
Oh yeah, I know I found some music that way. Mm-hmm. That's how I found out about Stabbing Westward.
Yeah. Now I have one more album to talk about.
All right.
Kid A by Radiohead comes out towards the end of this year in October. Generally, I think less so now, but for a long while regarded as like one of the best albums of the 2000s, like the whole century.
Yeah.
If you go on like Rate Your Music, it is like in the top 5. I forget where exactly, just like of all time. Radiohead for a long while, beloved band, or is specifically beloved like by nerds on the internet. Like if you were like a music nerd and you were looking at like, hey, what should I listen to? Like Radiohead will be near the top. I think less so now for 2 reasons. One being that they're just not making any new music, and secondly also the like various like shitty political opinions of the band members. Yeah, they've like kind of like soured them for people.
Thankfully, we'll always have Rage Against the Machine.
True. But the reason I bring this this record up, is partially because of the album itself, which is very good. I reckon I'm doing the thing, but if you haven't heard Kid A, go listen to Kid A. It's great. But I think the other reason I'm bringing it up is partially just because of one specific review of it, which you may be familiar with.
Okay.
Have you ever read Pitchfork's review of Kid A?
I don't think so. I wasn't a Pitchfork person.
That's fair enough. So this review is noteworthy for a few reasons. One being is that it was a perfect 10. They give it a 10 out of 10, which was rare for Pitchfork and especially rare for like a new album. I think up till this point they'd only given 10s to like reissues. So like old albums that were like already established classics.
Yeah.
So it was a big deal that they gave it a 10, and also they gave it a 10 like basically the day after it came out.
Wow.
Yeah, like so like one of the things I've been thinking about is the way that the internet around this era, you know, of the of the comic, is like the way that like the internet changes art and the way people engage with art. Because there's so much of it in general, especially with the internet now. There's so many movies and shows and albums and books and webcomics that it's impossible for you to read all of them and to decide on which ones are the good and bad ones. And so the ostensible like value of critics is they do that and they decide which ones are the good and bad ones. At the very least, decide what's worth having an opinion on, if it's good or bad.
Yeah, which ones are woke and which ones are based.
Yeah, and like the internet like changes that in a few ways, which is as I previously said about like coming out the day after, immediacy. Because previously, if you wanted to read a review for an album, you'd have to wait for this or that publication's like monthly issue where all the reviews would be put together. But with the internet, you can have an article up the day of, or the day after, or the week of, and it'd be like instant. Number two, like reactivity, which is you can leave a comment on the review, or you can bother the reviewer on their social media, or you can go on the forums and argue about the reviews and how people are reviewing
the original social media that the reviewer might or might not be on.
Yeah, which in turn like changes the reviews because now you want to provoke the engagement. And then lastly, like cumulativity, which is, you know, websites exist to create. There's websites now that exist to create like aggregate scores, like Rotten Tomatoes, obviously. IMDb does that for like user reviews. Metacritic does it. And
Letterboxd does it.
Yeah. And these like allow non-critics, just like regular people, to post reviews or to rate something, and that allows for a consensus opinion, which then changes the art because now producers of various things, be they like movie producers or people who run record labels or people who are deciding, you know, which comics should I actually get made, they have an opinion now on what's liked that they can judge as well as just like what's monetarily valuable. You can look at a Metacritic score of something and be like, oh, people like this kind of thing.
Yeah, and then put it next to how many things sold and be like, they really like this. They're not going to pay money for it. Let me tell you about immersive sims.
Exactly. And I don't know, I think the Pitchfork review is an intro of Kid A, which I recommend people read. I'll put it in the links. Is a good like example of like one of the ways that like just reviewing things on the internet like becomes different to the way that you would review things in a magazine or if you were Roger Ebert doing it. It'd be really easy, and people have, to call this review pretentious, and it kind of is. Or at the very least, there is a like required amount of pretension to publish it in lieu of a quote unquote like real review. I don't necessarily think it is pretentious because it's the author being like humbled and failing to find adequate words to describe how the record made them feel, and those words are like really wanky and cringe, and but it did have the intended effect like of a review, and where like people read it and they understood that the album was good and it made a person like feel a specific way. Like as a review, it's terrible. As a piece of like music journalism, it's perfect. It's like provocative and it brought attention to the site. People have cared about. Sorry,
it is one of those where it is a very shallow review, but it is a very honest review.
Yeah, it barely talks about the music, but it does talk about the experience of like listening to the music in a way that's like very strange, very personal, but and also very pretentious. And I don't know, I think as I said, like with the new ways that like art can be like critiqued online, Pitchfork like gave music people a far more immediate opinion on albums than they previously would. And in doing so, these reviews were often quite unconventional, often adversarial, and occasionally like very fawning. I think adversarial is like a key word because you can be cool in one way by reading Pitchfork, by being clued in and knowing what's liked, or you can be cool by disagreeing with it, which, you know, we'll see later on with like the like music board on 4chan, and also like with like Something Awful and 2chan, like those places also like talked about music, had opinions on them, and oftentimes their opinions would be the opposite opinions to what critics were saying, because that made them, you know, critical.
Yeah, I can't tell you about what the music forums were like back in the day. I was more in the sci-fi forums, sadly.
That's fair. I know the internet's getting, around this time in the 2000s, is getting like new tastemakers for culture, for music, film, and then eventually webcomics. And who these are will change, but like this is around the like first big wave of it, I think. We even get one mentioned in this. We get Harry Knowles mentioned. And not to like big up Pitchfork too much, because it's not the most important, or especially not the best website, and it wasn't the first. It isn't even one I agreed with a lot, but it is significant, I think. And I think this specific review of Kid A, which talks about like seeing a like shooting star and bullshit like that, is so strange compared to what everyone else was saying about Kid A. That like they were like, oh, it's there's weird electronic sounds on this rock record. But like, I don't know, people started paying attention more to what Pitchfork was saying, and even if they wasn't necessarily because they were paying attention to it, because they agreed with what was said. So that's why I bring this like album up in this like specific review, because I think I think it affects the internet in a like slightly sort of like measurable way.
Yeah, the internet loved and hated being extremely like overly like, you know, wordy about stuff.
Yeah,
we will talk about that once we eventually get to Penny Arcade.
Yeah, it especially hates earnestness. You can be too earnest on the internet, and people will hate you for it.
Oh boy, they sure will.
Equally though, you can be too smug, and people will hate you for that. Also,
yeah.
I hate when people.
Though it's like a lot harder in the aughts to be too smug.
Yeah, this is definitely the era where like being like a smarmy little arsehole who thinks they like know better than everyone is like, that's in right now. What a
let me tell you about Old Man Murray.
Yeah, what coincidence that we're better than everyone else.
Hey, look, it was the first time anyone was ever better than anyone else. No, don't fact check that.
But yeah, that's I think that's it for like music this year. Unless I'm forgetting anything important.
I'm sure you are, but also we're not a music podcast, so that doesn't matter.
That's fair. It's important to me. This is the only opportunity I get to talk about it. So
fair enough. So hey, you ready for webcomics of history?
I absolutely am. What are we talking about today, Tazril?
All right. So there's this little webcomic called Bob and George.
Yeah.
All right. First, let's get the joke out of the way. How long do you think it takes for Bob and George to show up?
What, in the webcomic?
Yes.
In its Walky?
In Bob and George.
What do you mean, sorry?
How long does it take for Bob and George to show up in the Bob and George comic?
Oh, the characters themselves who are in the title to show up in the comic. The very last page.
No, but it does take 6 months.
Okay.
And then, because like, okay, the backstory about this. Bob and George like started off like this guy in college called David Anez. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but yeah, Anez, I believe. Yeah. He was like, I want to make a webcomic. I'm gonna start it on this date, but I don't have a scanner yet. Oh no, the date's coming up. Let me make some quick Mega Man comics on with sprites. Just kind of like and then oh no, the date's coming up again. I'll make some more quick ones, and then I finally can scan some of my comics in, and that lasts about 5 pages, and then back to Mega Man.
Yeah, they realized they like had something with the sprites, I guess.
Like let me show you the hand drawn scanned page here.
Oh, that's very rough.
It is extremely rough, and like the backgrounds like you get like right after that as a joke, or even rougher.
Oh, that's very rough.
But yeah, like so like the thing is like the sprites, like this was not the first webcomic to use sprites.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the first one to get to like popularize it, to like get any traction.
Yeah.
Part of that was just, updating every day.
Yeah, which is easy if you already have art assets.
Yeah.
Which is not to denigrate Sprite comics. It's just like that's like part of the.
And also like it let him focus on the writing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you focus on making jokes and don't have to spend any time like drawing every panel, that leaves you more time to hone your jokes.
Yeah.
Or have really dumb alternate timelines.
Mm. I was gonna say, what like is the story of Bob and George, and also does it have anything to do with Mega Man?
It has like the original idea for Bob and George was like just like Bob and George were like college students going through adventures.
Okay.
But since the Mega Man like surrounds that so much, like that doesn't really matter as far as like the oeuvre of what Bob and George is. Instead, Bob and George is like it's doing like a retelling / playing off of like the various Mega Man games, starting with the first one, which like has a really like fun dumb joke where like it like switches out the 16-bit sprites for the 8-bit sprites to tell stories in the past.
That's pretty clever. I like that.
But yeah, it's you got your cast is Mega Man from the Mega Man. His thing is he's dumb.
Yeah.
You have the author.
Yeah.
Who's the author.
Yeah, as has been established, very common for webcomics to just fuck up authors.
Yeah, also there's the other characters of the helmeted author and the shadowy author. And they're all villains. As you would expect. Yep. Bob, which is like he's a palace swap of Protomen. He's kind of like super powerful as far as like controlling fire and all that.
Yeah.
And George, who is a Mega Man without a helmet and color swapped, and he's got lightning powers. But also, mostly you've got most of the Mega Man characters. Yeah. And like, if you've ever, have you? What do you know of the Mega Mans?
Would you believe? Absolutely nothing.
Okay. So Mega Man, also known as Rock.
Yeah.
He's a robot.
Yep. Okay, maybe I do know something.
He's blue. He's known as the Blue Bomber. He's got an arm cannon. It charges up and shoots a bigger thing.
Yeah.
Then Protoman is like the cool version of Mega Man, who's got a shield and a cool swoopy scarf, and he's red.
And he's what the band is named after.
Yeah. Yes. And you do a lot of jumping and shooting in a Mega Man game.
Yeah.
You got a Dr. Light, who's the good doctor, and Dr. Wily, who's the bad doctor.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I know this part. I'm just like I don't know what any of the like stories involve other than just like the initial setup.
It's mostly that, and just being like, okay, it's this. Why with jokes about like hey, why did Dr. Light ever think that Dr. Wily should work with him at all? Or hey, Dr. Light, why'd you make Cut Man? Well, he's a gardener. Why has he got the scissors on his head? Don't worry about it.
So they're closer to his eyes, so he can like more accurately cut.
But yeah, it goes through like the first like 6 Mega Mans and some alternate universes and time travel and a whole bunch of bullshit. it is jokey pretty much the whole way through.
Mm.
Like you have bits like this comic where it's like Mega Man says, "Hold it right there, who are you?" And the other Mega Man says, "We're Mega Man and Bass, the Americanized versions of your Rockman and Forte." Well, actually, we're the alternate versions of Mega Man and Bass from the parallel dimension. Well, technically, we're a future version of those alternates from a future time continuum. I didn't understand a word of that. Unfortunately, I did.
Haha.
Haha. And, like, people, like, really glommed onto this. And everybody who read Bob and George went on to make their own Sprite comic.
Oh, I bet. Because, I don't know, once you see something like this, it immediately, like, opens up the idea for you, and you understand the, like, potential of what you can do with it.
It's like, wait, I can make my own comic, and it's mostly just the writing? And
yeah, there's pre-existing art assets that I can just slot together.
And, like, how much writing is there in a comic anyway? It's like, I don't know, a few paragraphs per update?
Yeah.
What's scripting? And so, like, you got 8-bit theater, like, old schools, and that, like, a billion other things, like, branch off from this.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, this lasted for about 7 years before they brought the story to a close. Like, every so often, like, they would have, like, animated strips, or little flash animations.
Mm-hmm.
And it's...
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did they eventually start making their own sprites, or did they just, like, stick with the Mega Man ones?
Like, you do have to eventually, like do your own edits, but they're mostly, like, Mega Man based ones.
Okay, everyone's got, like, big feet and big hands then, still.
Yes.
Okay.
But they're like they stop having the straight sprites and start, you know, putting glasses on people and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and eventually it ends with everybody dying, and then they're like, and then they realize that would cause a time paradox, so nobody dies.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's Bob and George, the patient zero to the Sprite outbreak of the aughts. And luckily, no one will ever use pre-made art ever again.
Yeah. No one will ever tell a story where there's like one of the most important characters, there's like an author self-insert, and there's a bunch of like time travel and different dimensions.
Yeah, and it will never happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, look, no one has ever done an author self-insert except Bob and George. It was the first and the last.
Yeah. It was a really good idea, but I don't think we need to do it.
Yeah, you just needed one and done. But are you ready to talk about the It's Walky?
I am.
Which has no author self-inserts.
Yeah. Thank you for the little bit of webcomic history. I think it's an interesting one to like learn about is Sprite comics, because
yeah.
I don't know, they're not like, what am I trying to say?
Like, putting Sprite sheets online was like one of the first big things, like, people would put on websites for games after like FAQs.
Yeah, because like one of the things about sprites is they're really small, so they're easy to upload to the internet. You can upload a big image, but like something that's like 30 pixels tall at the most, that's easy. There's like plenty of bandwidth for that. So that's a great way to, you know, it's an easy thing to put online, and then it's a great way to like make assets for your own, because you can make the comic really small.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I think the medium is like interesting. I think it's like a little bit overlooked, partially because it seems like so easy to just like assemble it together, but you do also have to like do all the writing.
Yeah. Well, it is easier than poser comics.
That's true.
I guess I will have to talk about poser comics at some point.
Yeah.
And video game and like, you know, and the video game Gmod comics, but that will be in the future.
Yeah, we talk about like machinima and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But why don't you tell us what happened this week in It's Walky?
All right, this week in It's Walky, and I'll include where we start and end for this part. So, Head Alien initiates his evil plan to get revenge on Walky by stealing the world's Nachitos. Meanwhile, Jason takes Joyce to a bar to celebrate her 21st birthday, but she doesn't drink anything. Walky steals a plane to get his Nachitos back. Head Alien tries to convince Walky to join him, and also reveals that Sal is his twin sister.
Dun dun dun.
He fails to convince either of them to join, and Sal uses her powers to bring down the base, and Walky gets his Nachitos back. Walky gets put in charge against Jason's bears. Sal notices Walky likes Joyce, so she gives him some relationship advice. The mission is to dig through the wreckage of Head Alien's base, but they don't seem to find anything valuable. Back at base, everyone gets Back at base, everyone gets up to antics until the Semi mainframe is once again hacked. This time by Alex, who joins Semi as sysop. That's about it. There's an important reveal midway through, but I don't want to dwell on it too much here because we'll get to it in the detailed recap.
Yeah, the important and very surprising reveal.
Yeah. But yeah, that's this week. Not much happens. There was there wasn't as many lasers and mechs and stuff this time.
Yeah, fewer people died.
Yeah, a lot more goofy antics and such.
I mean, technically a non-zero amount of people died.
That's true. He does fucking blow some people up.
But yes, I guess we should start talking about Nachitos. And Head Alien's incredibly petty plan of just I'm gonna steal all the snacks that Walky likes to eat.
Yeah. So
he'll be annoyed.
Which seems like it would require a lot more a lot of logistics that he doesn't really have access to. But I'm not gonna question the the mechanics of this.
He's got plenty of little minions that like to dress up, and then people don't notice that they're aliens.
Yeah, I suppose it's just goofy cartoon antics. It's fine. It's just it's funny that his whole plan gets thwarted last time, and then now he's like, well, time to do a plan of similar scope, but of much less consequence.
Yeah. Look, I gotta build out to my next big plan.
Mm-hmm. This one's just for fun.
Yeah. Look, villains can do things for fun.
Yeah. One for them, one for me. Them is also me.
But yeah, Walky finds out that there's, no Cheetos anywhere around that he can find and freaks out. He's only got, a dozen bags or something. And that barely lasts a day.
Yeah, his stockpile's running low.
But before we really get into that, we got to say Joyce drinking. It's her birthday that she doesn't remember exists.
Yeah.
Nothing sad there.
She's 21 today, so Jason is immediately, let's go to a bar and get you drunk.
Yeah.
Which Joyce begrudgingly goes along with, but doesn't plan and doesn't end up drinking anything.
Yeah. Yeah, he says every pub.
Oh yeah, he does say every pub.
You forgot how extremely British he is.
Yeah, sorry, they don't have those in Denver.
Yeah, no, there's never been an Irish pub in America. Don't fact check that.
I mean, there are themed pubs, be it an Irish style pub or something that's attempting to be like a pub.
Yeah, it's always a bit.
Yeah. The reality is they aren't that different because they're both just places that serve alcohol.
Yeah, and maybe food.
Yeah, it's an odd thing to call them pubs in the US because the term doesn't refer to anything there. It barely refers to anything now because what it means doesn't the meaning doesn't apply anymore.
Yeah. If I ask somebody from the UK what a pub is, I get a 50-50 shot they know.
Yeah.
Scanner, what's a pub?
It's a public house.
Okay, nerd.
It's a place that was a house that was open to the public, and you would go there to drink alcohol.
Yeah, you just hang a little branch out when you've brewed your beer for the day, and everybody took turns brewing beer. Easy. Yeah.
As a conceptually, they're very old. They had them in Roman times. But most of the ones that exist now are buildings from the somewhere between the Renaissance era and the 90s that have undergone various amounts of renovation in order to serve alcohol.
Yeah, it depends on how many times they've burned down.
Yeah. For context, it's become increasingly common in the UK for public houses to be bought by people and then burned down so that they can sell the land or build like some other building on it. Including the like Wonky pub, which is like one that was like, I forget exactly, but like basically it was like a sort of leaning tower of pizza situation. Not pizza. Fuck. Yeah, Mamma Mia. But yeah, they burned down the Wonky pub, and then the people who like did that got done for it for intentional arson.
Yeah, and they had to rebuild it as wonky as it was to start with.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joyce is having a little bit of a freak out about, drinking's evil. I was told not to drink, but also, hey Joyce, you do know you can drink as a Christian. Yeah,
it's one of their main things, actually.
But she doesn't remember she's a Christian.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems to have like completely vanished. It's the fact that she's like religious. I guess she hasn't been taught that. But like I don't know where like these morals are coming from. If that's the case, I guess they're just like deep in there, like resting.
Like her her personality's intact, but like the why of the personality is gone.
Yeah. I suppose if you did have like your mind wiped and you were like just introduced to the concept of alcohol, you would be like, I should probably steer clear of that. Oh, it impairs your judgment and like damages your health. Okay, I'm probably not going to have any of that.
And yeah, if you're a nerd.
Yeah. Oh, and you get addicted to it, and it makes you a worse person, and it's really hard to kick, and it costs a lot of money. What's the appeal here? As you said,
it doesn't cost a lot of money if it tastes really bad.
That's true. You could just buy like the kind of cider that comes in a plastic bottle, which is like so scary to me. That, as you said, she does literally say drinking is evil. She pretends to drink. Also, she fake orders alcohol.
Or ale, please, ginger ale.
Yeah,
and then we have Sal and Walky talking about you parents and having definitely no issues with the divorce going on here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as the author points out, like the way this is framed is a little bit like victim blaming. I'd have to find this again to see exactly what was said, but it is strange.
Yeah, let me read it. My mom always said that you should love people unconditionally. I didn't learn that from my parents. So did you teach them?
Well, it's not really her job to.
Yeah, it's not how children work.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do as a child to make your parents love each other.
So I think I found my Sal voice.
That was a really good accent. Sorry to have laughed at it. I did enjoy it. It caught me off guard.
Look, every so often I have to remind you where I'm from.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that, like, the head alien finally decides to tell Walky that he's the one responsible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and we get a good face there.
We do. He sends him a letter, which they get during Semi's mail call. It says, "We have you on Nachitos, Nina." And then
signed, the aliens.
Yeah.
But hey, we get this shitty truck again. Yay!
Yeah, he hops in his Dodge Ram, and the way this is framed is somewhat confusing because it seems as though he just like drives off and then comes back to get in the hangar. Is that right?
I think like the dormitories are in a different part from the headquarters.
Yeah, it's a big base. Okay.
It's one of those like they've like okay, the Sime has like downtown like Denver housing, mm-hmm. and then the actual base is up in the mountains.
Understood. Okay. We do get a good bit before he takes off.
Mm-hmm.
He's like trying to choose what to put on the radio before he leaves. And Joyce sings along to Backstreet's Back. It's very cute.
No, you can't sing Backstreet Joyce. That's the devil.
Yeah, he drives off, and then everyone chases after him.
Well, first I think, actually, I don't have. Do we really have to chase after him? Because he's kind of helpless.
Yeah, he's probably just going to drive around a bit and get lost, probably.
Yeah, he'll just cool off like Billy did. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, he does not.
Yeah, he does not. He comes up with an admittedly quite clever plan, which is to get in one of the planes, and to just like put in the like coordinates, go of where they were last, and just like fly back on that route. I guess this like has autopilot, because I don't believe that he's trained to fly this. There's no way.
Yeah. But yeah, also it turns out aliens very flammable.
Yeah, they are. They do just catch fire. I guess whatever in their suits, the like atmosphere they breathe on their planet, is highly flammable. It's like methane or something. They're like grunts from Halo. Yeah,
they're just a pile of goo in there, and it's very flammable goo.
Yeah, they're made of petrol.
Well, yeah, as he's just taking out, a dozen aliens, everybody else like, he's probably dead.
Yeah. Yeah, Jason and Mike are like, he's probably crashed his car.
Yeah. Yeah. Alien is scheming something.
Mm-hmm.
But but we get an NSYNC joke.
Yeah, nothing happens that I haven't designed. Do you understand? Another alien asks, what about NSYNC? And he says, I was careless.
It sure is the odds.
Yeah, I mean, this has come up a few times because there's been jokes at the expense of Leonardo DiCaprio and Backstreet Boys and such. But like, if there was a thing that like you thought was lame, you would just like, this thing sucks, and that's like really good comedy.
And unfortunately, it's not like the jokes we make about DiCaprio nowadays, because he was dating people his age back then still.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose we haven't really improved as a society. It's just, instead of saying like this thing sucks, now we said, oh, this person's a pedophile. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Sorry to make that real dark. I apologize.
But yeah, we find out the head alien did something with Walky, shaped him, but also there's a giant honey bun.
Yeah, he lured him here for a purpose. Because the head alien molded him. He created him. Well, he refuses to accept this, and so head alien decides he's going to have to beat it into him with a giant mutant frosted honey bun.
Yeah.
I don't really know what this is about.
It's about a giant mutant frosted honey bun.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very silly. It's hard to take seriously.
I think the frosted honey bun also first comes from like the Slicers comics from back in high school.
Yeah, that would
possibly before.
Yeah, if I had a like really silly idea, I wouldn't necessarily reuse it just because I had the idea before. Sorry, I'm being mean.
Look. What if somebody kept reusing all their ideas to get them out of the way?
That's fair.
But yeah, the second everybody else knows something actually serious is going on, Sal's gone, as tradition.
Yeah, she's always ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
She's like so eager to kill people that she just like at the first opportunity that like she's gonna be able to do that, she just like flies off.
Look, wouldn't you if you got to kill people?
Oh, absolutely. I love killing people. Here I go killing again.
But yeah, and then they send some ships to take out head alien, and oops, there goes 6 people or more dead.
Yeah, he just fucking blows up those ships. It's crazy.
I'm sorry, Squad 253.
Yeah.
There's a reason they have 3-digit numbers.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, like as I said, like the combination of like the like sort of cold-blooded murder, the cold-blooded murder of like 6 people, combined with also there's like a giant like dessert, with an angry face that's like fighting Walky is like it's a little bit all over the place. And then I understand this is a comedy series; it's meant to be all over the place, but like I don't know.
Look, just wait until you hear about the Honey Bun's tragic backstory. You will regret your words and deeds.
I will. Yeah, there's a reason it's like completely naked.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'll get clothes on later in the story.
It does. Yeah, we'll get to that.
But yeah, Walky gets free. Head alien just calls a timeout. and Walky's like, okay. He's not very smart.
No. He's very easily duped.
But yeah, we find out that, oh hey, Sal, Walky, related? Twins?
Oh my god. I can't believe it.
I mean, look, it could be worse. Danny could have dated Walky.
How would that be worse?
Well, imagine Danny and Walky together.
Mm-hmm.
They don't work together.
I mean, not at all, but it would be gay, and that's like automatically gay. So I suppose it balances
Look,
out.
no, because you can't say that. You already trans to Danny, so it's straight.
Oh fuck. Okay, yeah, go back. Unless we trans another character. We'll get to everyone eventually.
Let me tell you about this thing called dumbing of age.
Oh my god. Oh, finally, it does. It really does fix everything. Yeah, these two find out they're twins, and they're quite surprised.
Yeah, we get a big one panel like Sunday strip in full color.
Mm-hmm.
It's got like pictures on the wall of all the like previous stuff that she's shown up in, with all of her really bad old hair. And boy, does the original coloring look not good.
Oh, it's really bad. As the author like points out, they're like old airbrushed like style. It's like really ugly looking. I'm glad they recolored them.
Yeah. It was the style of the time.
Yeah, it's ugly, but like so is everything being made around here. It's like this is what you did. You had the tool available, so that's how you did it.
Yeah, airbrush, smudge, burn.
Yeah, Head Alien reveals his plan, which is that he like gave these two powers, but didn't mind control them. He wanted them to join him willingly, and he asked that, and they say no. So I suppose that plan didn't work out very well.
Yeah,
it doesn't. I don't really know what he's offering them. I guess. He has to control the
sometimes
universe.
he just does stuff to fuck around with people.
Yeah. Walky's convinced, but that's because he's convinced by everything. Sal just like outright says no.
Although we get my favorite panel in this.
Yeah.
You killed my parents. They weren't even yours.
Yeah. Okay. I want to bring this up because I'm a little bit confused. So like, Sal's parents, the ones she didn't want to go back to, is that because they've like been dead the whole time?
Yes.
Okay.
Her parents are dead.
Okay. And
just like Batman.
And those weren't her like biological parents; they were her adoptive parents.
Correct.
Okay. And what of her real parents, or was she like made in a test tube?
No. She is Walky's twin.
Yeah.
Biological foster twin.
Okay.
So like Walky's parents are her parents.
Okay. Have you seen Walky's parents?
No.
Okay.
We also haven't seen her parents, so.
Yeah. Will they show up later, or is that a spoiler?
I do not remember at all.
Fair enough.
They show up in Dumbing of Age, but that doesn't count.
Yeah, that doesn't really apply.
But yeah, look, Alien like tries to threaten Sal by saying like, I don't do this. I could kill all of Simi, and it's like, yeah, but you'll be dead.
Yeah, acceptable losses is the exact phrase she uses, which like, given the stakes involved, which is that he's planning to take over the whole planet, I think that's acceptable. Because also, if they defeat him, there's not like a need for Semi anymore. So that's just like personal stuff then, and like you want to keep them alive. I'm not agreeing with this. I'm just saying it's an understandable position to take.
Look. She is always about like doing what she thinks is necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, it's always moral to do what you think is necessary. It will not bite her in her ass ever.
Yeah, there's
no
difference
not already.
between what's right and what's necessary, even. But no, yeah. Instead, she realizes that because she's an abductee, she also has the ability to control alien technology, which includes this base that they're in.
Yeah, it just what if I just crash it on all of our heads? Problem solved.
It just brings it down on top of them. It does raise the question to me of what exactly counts as alien technology. Because it seems to be mostly made of concrete. Okay, is it just anything that was made by an alien counts, or is it like there's some specific thing in it that she's controlling? I don't know. Maybe this will be elaborated on later, or maybe it's sci-fi bullshit. Don't worry about it.
At this point, don't worry about it. Maybe worry about later, but for right now, it's unimportant.
Yeah, it works for the story, which is she can control alien tech and all the stuff around is made of alien tech, so she collapses it down. It's fine.
Yep.
It makes sense given what has been established. It's just also like,
yeah.
what's she controlling?
Yeah, and then like, you know, the rest of the squad finally shows up, and the twins are just sitting there.
Yeah, they're
just waiting
for
him.
Waiting.
Also, we get a oversized prop again.
Mm-hmm.
We get Walky with his red rider wagon, so full of Nachitos that it goes off the page.
Yeah, it's great. God, his insides must be a fucking wreck. Oh, yeah,
look, maybe it's because he's got those alien powers.
Yeah, that could be it. They're powered by Nachitos. That's why he's so powerful. I was gonna say actually that's something that hasn't like come up. Is like it seems like just like they're able to do it like instantly. It's like comes to them completely intuitively. There's no like real training involved in like learning how to do it. It's just they realize they can do it and then they do it, which is fair. It's like I don't know. I'm interested in like what exactly the like limits of their power is, if they're like just able to just like throw shit around.
True,
if it's got alien stuff in it.
You do want a training montage and a tournament arc. I understand.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm just like I wonder what the like scope of the power is. Could they just like reach out and just like lift all the aliens off the planet and throw them out into space?
I'm gonna guess. Well, as far as right now, no.
Okay.
But also, like from that like Red Rider thing, that's the author also says like that's when they switch to switch from like a calligraphy pen to just markers.
Mm.
And it's like, yeah, I was fighting so hard with that calligraphy pen.
Mm. Yeah,
why did I stay so hard with it?
Yeah, yeah. The art gets like a lot cleaner from this point on. It's still in the same very blobby style, but it's like I don't know. It's cleaner, I guess is the word. Yeah, the main word.
Yeah, much more pin control.
Yeah.
But yeah, now Walky breaks the fact that Beef is not his real twin to Beef.
Yeah.
And who just grunts, but it luckily he's the kind of person who like grunts and everybody else understands him.
Yeah. He speaks in grunts, and then the character like will reply to them in a way that like makes you understand what the grunt meant. It's like Chewbacca.
Yeah, or an R2D2.
Yeah.
Only Star Wars ever did that.
Yeah. I mean, it's the one everyone's seen, so that's like the example I use.
True, we did see it on this podcast.
Yeah. If you're only using material we've covered, reference material, you will understand all of the illusions when we then get the.
But hey, are you ready for an overly long Baywatch parody?
Yeah, we get the Baywatch arc, where Frosted Honeybun joins as a new lifeguard.
Yeah.
We get like some jokes here that I'm not really sure who they're at the expense of. Which is he replacing Tiffany while she's fighting bulimia, or Vanessa and her painkiller addiction, and Mark's in jail for burglary? Alicia's getting her boobs done, don't forget. Are these characters from Baywatch, or is this just like
that like I don't remember the characters from Baywatch's names, but yeah, Baywatch was a soap opera.
Yeah. I don't know, these seem
So,
like weirdly specific things.
Yeah. Like those I'm pretty sure like all of those things happened. Except maybe the getting her boobs done. I don't know about that one, but yeah, they definitely had, oh no, something serious is going on with the Baywatch crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also the squad has to go back to the destroyed alien base to be like, hey, maybe there's stuff we should get from there.
Yeah, they do just like bring it down and leave, and then they're like, hey, you should go back. Joyce is excited to go back because she wants to engage in some summer fun, so she brings her swimsuit and stuff.
Yeah, that's how you can tell that she's lost her memory. She wants to wear a swimsuit. Although it is a one piece. See, she's not in bikini, so she's still Joyce.
Yeah.
And that's how we get Walky as the leader of Squad 128. And boy, is he not a good leader.
Yeah, Big Boss makes the really dumb decision to put Walky in charge on account of him helping to destroy the base, having such powerful telekinetic abilities.
Although, there is the question, would any of them be a good leader?
Not really. Jason thinks he'd be a good leader.
Yeah, but nobody believes in Jason.
Yeah. He speaks in, like, unintelligible British slang. I've got no idea what he's saying.
He is a Windsor Nazi.
Yeah, true. But yeah, that'd be like clearing a house full of aliens, and he'd be like, "Get up them apples," and people would just be like, "What the fuck is this guy saying?"
Have to sit everybody down for dog soldiers to help them get oriented.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they get there and like Walky is just fawning over Joyce.
Mm-hmm.
And in the background, just a different squad just getting fucking killed.
Yeah, they've arrived early to like look through the base, and the aliens are like ripping them apart.
And the power booster rod's here.
Yeah, Graham, I think is the name of the character who has the tree branch. That's the power booster rod, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe it's in disguise as a tree branch, or maybe it's a special tree branch. I don't really know. It's still not been elaborated on.
Also, I do have a correction for something I said a while ago.
Yeah.
I said that Power Booster Rod became Booster in Coming of Age.
Mm-hmm.
Willis has said on the record now that no, I just thought it would be funny if you had a non-binary character who was like Rocket Booster, and they had a sibling with just a normal name.
Yeah.
Like you expect their name was Booster, and you expected their like sibling to be named Rocket.
Mm.
But they're just like Christine or something.
Nice.
So not quite as funny.
When did Booster get added to Dumbing of Age? Was like Willis ahead of the curve on
a few years ago, but I don't know. I'd have to look up how many.
Okay.
Not sure if they were ahead of Socks.
Yeah, I gotta stop doing that joke at the expense of us.
Of yourself, Scanner.
Yeah. Look, that's not my like real name. It's just the handle I go by online. My real name is awesome though.
Fair enough.
Anyway, what are we up to?
We've got Sal's heart to heart with Walky about like, hey, maybe like stop being a child and like talk to Joyce like a human being. Yeah,
Sal notices that Walky's interested, so she sits him down for some nice relationship advice. This is nice. I like this bit. It's very sisterly of her.
Yeah, has to tell her story about Danny. And it doesn't end with Danny getting pushed off a roof or anything.
But yeah, we see...
Also, Mary's there.
Yeah, we see Mariya again, that Sal was apparently friends with. We get some anti-slut-shaming, where Mary's like, but they'll think you'll be having sex. And Sal was like, yeah, and they'll be extremely jealous of that. Haha.
Yeah. Good. As it was said, Manic Pixie Dream Sal.
She is a little bit here. She's very manic. Yeah, that's the best word to describe it.
but like it is like, but the reason she is manic is because like, oh yeah, I'm only gonna be here for a few months, like until I have to move again. So I've got to speed run this.
Yeah, she acts silly, which gets interest, and then interest gets friends, and then she can very quickly get friends before she has to like move.
The speedrun strats.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we get the story of how she met Danny, who's unimpressive, I guess.
Yeah. Also, she's drawn with her old hair.
Yeah, she is.
Also, I do enjoy the little bubble, gutter on either side.
It's quite clever, to establish that we're still in the flashback. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah. don't know. There's some like clever stuff going on with the, and every time that there's like a Sunday one, like a coloured one, it's in the like washed out look.
Mm-hmm.
Or at the very least, it isn't like a redrawn one. It might be like hideously like brightly coloured airbrushed when it was done in 2000.
But yeah, we find out why Sal liked Danny. It's because he liked her without seeing her attention grabbing stuff.
Yeah, he was normal to her.
Yeah. Possibly because Danny's head is a cinder block and nothing can get through it.
Yeah. As the author says, Sal has her pick of all the insufferably milquetoast boys.
True. Do you know how many milquetoast boys there are in Illinois?
It's by the thousands, I imagine. You can't kick a stone for fear of it like impacting the shins of a milquetoast boy.
Yeah, and Mary's out here trying to give good advice? ?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you don't make the first move, or else you like if a guy can't make the first move, he's a spineless junk, and Sal's just like, I love spineless chumps.
Yeah, it's not great advice, but it does make sense.
Yeah.
Which is like either if he's not making the first move, it's either because he's not really interested, or because he's like weak-willed, and as such, he isn't worth caring about. Which is a very like gendered way of like thinking about how this should work. But if you are like thinking in that way, this is an understandable maxim.
Yeah. Although Danny's idea of like making the first move is giving a Valentine's card that reads "to a good friend."
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking with that one. It does apparently work, but like
it does work.
It's like I'll give her a Valentine's card that friend zones her.
Luckily, she doesn't read it.
Yeah, she just sees the heart on the front and she's like, "Yep, I'm in."
All right, that's all I needed. I just needed permission.
But yeah, that's the two bits of advice she gives Walky, which is one, be honest, and two, just make it happen. If don't sit around waiting.
Yeah. Which is not what happens in her story. She does sit around waiting and until he does something.
Yeah, I guess because she learned the wrong lessons, she's imparting the right lessons. And then we get Walker's failed attempt to tell Joyce, "Hey Joyce, we're going to meet with the other teams now, okay?" Joyce is so cute here. She's so like wall-eyed.
Mm-hmm.
Okies. This is adorable. I really like her face there.
Love her triangle. Her triangle smile is always A+.
Yeah, she's so happy. I can't be mad at her, no matter what she does.
Yeah. Now, when are you gonna draw yourself as Joyce?
I don't know. Not today. I've been really struggling to draw lately.
Don't make me hold a gun to you.
Okay, I mean maybe that would help if I was like being like threatened with my life. Maybe then I would be able to draw.
Yeah, nothing makes people draw better than the threat of death.
Yeah, I'll try my best. I promise.
Also,
yeah, they meet up. Sorry.
Yeah, they meet up, and I guess Walky's got like telekinesis.
Yeah, it's an alien brick that he's controlling.
True.
Yeah, he's asked what happens, and he gives a very poor explanation. As the author points out, this could have been an email.
Mm-hmm. And then they dig around the wreckage and find an Alanis Morissette CD and The Sound of Music. Hey, when did this come out?
Yeah. The aliens have a rather unimpressive music collection.
And yeah, they were completely useless. They went back.
Yeah. Oh.
What?
Sorry, my internet is hiccuping.
Hey, just tell me when it's non-hiccuping.
I think it's normal again now.
All right. But yeah, that was a very they didn't even have to be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't see the full excavation, but it seems as though the only things they find are that power booster rod, which may be important, and an unimpressive music collection. Yeah,
and then we just get Joyce having a dream about not being able to pay for pizza. Yeah, you see, it's funny because that's a porno plot.
Yeah,
and then Joyce doesn't understand.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of this.
Don't worry, I'm sure the fact that she deleted all her memories because she saw porn once will not come back up.
Oh my god, yeah, there is that. Fuck. Oh, it all makes sense. Oh, it's all clicking together in my head. Okay. Oh, I'm keeping an eye on that. I'm locking that in.
Yeah, lock in.
Mm-hmm. Does the next comic happen? Is important. Which is watching Pokemon. Is that? Should I keep an eye on that?
No.
Damn.
No, not until Short Pact.
Okay. I don't need to know anything about Pokemon still. Okay, understood.
Yeah. You just need to know what a Pikachu is.
Yeah, I know what that one is. It's the yellow one.
Yeah. And how many yellow ones could there be?
In Pokemon. Well, there's like 1,500 Pokemon, right?
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
So, I don't know, like an eighth of them are yellow.
But yeah, moving ahead. Anyway. We got this really enjoyably dumb joke of Mike stealing the puppy to sacrifice it, and he's like built an entire shrine for the puppy with like a huge portrait of the puppy.
Yeah, it's an interesting twist on the oversized comedy prop, which is the oversized comedy portrait.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Mike might be a jerk.
What's his fucking damage? Like it's like every time he's in a comic, he's just being mean needlessly. I get that that's the bit and it's funny, but
yeah, I'm sure we won't find any tragic backstories about Mike.
Yeah, I do like the other like bit where they're like just like up to antics here, where Jason is like trying to get Walky to make his bed.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells them if you're out of bed, I want it made. So Walky just like gets into bed.
Yep.
I don't know. The face is quite cute. I like that.
Yeah. Another good face is Sal putting on the Joyce face.
Yeah. we get like a little note here I want to point out from the author, like complaining about their own panel placement. Whether like it annoys them the way they decided to frame it, where the camera, or the like as if there was a camera, gets like shifted up and down to accommodate the speech bubbles, and they're like so frustrated by the fact they did that.
Mm-hmm.
And now when you like draw stuff, it's like it's odd the things that make you mad. Like, why did I fucking do it like that? What's wrong with me?
Yeah. How about this? The second rate Calvin and Hobbes strip.
Mm. Yeah, is this a reference to a specific Calvin and Hobbes strip?
I don't think. I don't remember. I don't have that good of a memory of every Calvin and Hobbes strip.
Fair enough. But yeah, we do get like.
But it is in the genre.
Yeah, it's there's like an art style shift where Jason is reading a newspaper and is like rendered pretty realistically, and then MS Paint fucking Walky shows up.
Hand puppet MS Paint Walky.
Yeah, he's here to mess up your life and ruin everything.
But hey, Alex is back.
Yeah, we got our last little arc for this section. The semi mainframe gets hacked once again. Even though according to the handbook it's impenetrable. It has been penetrated at least once, so they probably should update that thing.
Yeah. And gonna read this thing. For that, hey, look, it's Alex from Ruby's. He's got a goatee now, mostly because everybody thought he was a girl. When you have a style that denotes gender mostly entirely by gifting characters longer hair, it's not a surprising mistake. But he's got a goatee now, so yep. I remember some disappointed emails from dudes whose crushes were apparently actively invalidated. What you gonna do? Edit. As of late 2015, I learned maybe this choice of mine may have been a terrible idea.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh, we should also say that the way we're introduced to the mainframe being hacked is via Doc and Dina. Dina's here. She's finally talking.
Yeah, she's got words out of her mouth. Not the. She has not crystallized into the fully into Dina yet, but it is. She's got words.
Yeah. To describe how she looks to the audience who are not reading this, If I told you she looks like she's dressed like a paleontologist, that's what she looks like.
Yeah, you got it in one.
It's a real fucking like Halloween costume ass outfit. I kind of love it.
Hey, why don't you pronounce Dina's full name that's down there?
Let me have a look. Sarazu?
Dina Sorazi? Dina Sorazi? Dinosaur?
Oh, that's very clever. What? Well done. Alex, then we get Alex hacking the mainframe and thinking, I should probably shut down my computer before they trace me. But not before I check out slashdot.org.
Look, ADD is a dangerous thing.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this. Do you know what slashdot.org is?
Yes, it is. It is a website that collected nerd news from way back in the day, and it is named /dot.org. So purposely, so it would be harder to put in to a URL if somebody told you, like, pronounced it to you.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, it's at www. It's at http ///////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////////
In fact, it's so like weird nerd ass like name for a website that until I read the description, I assumed it was made up.
No, it's real. Nerds are just like that.
Yeah, good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the feds show up. He gets swatted.
Yeah. And it tries to point a Quake gun through the screen.
Yeah, it's the Quake II BFG. One of the less impressive BFGs, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's doing playing Quake 2.
Hey. Yeah, it's got deathmatch.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe she's playing deathmatch. But even then, Quake 3 was out by this point, right? 2000.
Don't think so. No, I think Quake 3 was like late 2000
let me
maybe
check.
2001.
Quake 3 Arena, 1999.
Ah,
I don't know. Maybe there's still some hangers on.
She just loved the storytelling in Quake 2.
Yeah. For people who don't know, Quake 1 develops at Doom by the two main Doom guys.
At id Software.
Sorry? What did I say?
id Software. You said at Doom.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, sorry. Developed by id Software, who previously made Doom. It was made by John Carmack and John Romero, as well as other people, but they're like the two people that are always credited with it. And then after Quake 1, I can never remember which way round it is. Which one made me my bitch?
That's Daikatana.
No, it's which one made that?
That's
John Romero.
John
Romero left id to go found his own company and work at like Ironstorm to make Daikatana, whereas John Carmack stayed at id to make Quake 2. And it did sort of like reveal which one was bringing the flavor to id, and which one was bringing the technical proficiency.
Yes,
because Quake 2 extremely functional and extremely boring game. Daikatana extremely interesting game, extremely bad game.
Yeah. Well, okay. Eventually, American McGee gets to be a lead.
Yeah. People may be familiar with American McGee from Alice. And Madness Returns, but he was a like level designer on some of the better levels. In fact, he's like really good at it.
Yeah, he also like put out some more levels when they did like that. That remaster.
Yeah,
along with a bunch of other people. It's just like, okay, I don't know why you did this, but I'm glad you're having fun.
Yeah, I mean it's like a really cool thing to do to like see devs like go back to it and like make new stuff. I'd like to see more of that. It's interesting. Quake 2 also like noteworthy for being the basic like the foundation upon which like a lot of like game engines are still built.
Yep.
Because it was the first like game engine that was able to do real time colored lighting.
if you've ever seen flickering fluorescent lights in a video game,
Yep.
you can thank Quake II.
Yep, Quake II had like a specific like bit of code in it for like how to handle like flickering lights, and so it always follows the same like semi-random sequence, and so you can see it in every game that's like got a little bit of, like Quake II still in there somewhere. But yeah, that was like colored lighting in 3D. It's like the last like big leap for technology, and as such, that's why things are built on it. And then in order to like understand like how big a leap that was, for people who may not know, the most recent like leap that was as big of that in terms of graphical technology was real-time ray tracing.
Well, Descent also did the colored lighting, but like nobody wanted. The only thing that like the Descent engine was good for was flying around a little spaceship.
Yeah, it was like able to do that, but at the expense of a lot of other things.
Somebody tried to turn it into a first-person dungeon crawler. It did not go well.
Yeah. Like when I say first, I'm doing that with like a huge asterisk next to it, but like I sort of like mean like the first like practical application.
Yeah, like it and Descent came out in the same year, and both did it, but Quake was first.
Mm-hmm.
But they both independently like got the idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Alex.
Yeah. Anyway, this comic.
Yeah, they just get dragged off. Yeah. And they got put in charge of the computer system because they hacked the computer system.
Yeah, I mean, the best person to do it. This is how like some people in real life have gotten their jobs, is by like doing hacking into places and being like, well, you know best.
Yeah, and Dina's a lot more like talkative, but Alex says something wrong about dinosaurs, and then we get the full Dina.
Yeah, she reveals her special interest. She asks him if he's ever seen Sue, the T-Rex at the Chicago Field Museum, and he's like, I don't care about a big lizard. And she goes on her long rant about how dinosaurs aren't a big lizard. That blah 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 blah. It's great. I love this for her, actually. Yeah, I want to see more of this.
I love that she doesn't have a word panel. Her words become the background.
Yeah. As has been said, it's like really experimenting with the paneling. It's great.
Yeah, and we get a bad Britney Spears joke.
Yeah, about her being impenetrable. That's, I don't like that. I don't care for that.
Yeah, not a good joke.
No, it feels a little bit like misogynist and mean-spirited to be joking about like a specific person's like supposed virginity. I don't like that.
Yeah, welcome to the aughts.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. We also get a Usenet mention here. That's fun.
Yeah,
it was worth bringing up Usenet for this.
Yeah,
like 4 episodes ago.
And like just a joke about wanting to check your email, but somebody's hogging the computer.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when like everybody didn't have a small computer in their pocket or hand at all times?
Yeah, surely Semi, this like extremely well-funded organization, or at least seemingly well-funded, has more than one computer open to everyone. I don't know.
Yeah, eventually they all get Blackberries.
Yeah, that's true. They would all get Blackberries.
And that's it. That's our that's all we got, folks.
Yeah, I do want to bring up one last thing from this panel of Dina asking them if they ever go home, and Alex's response here is really funny in retrospect, which is, Dina, I don't want to get into this. I am who I am, and I'm happy with myself. Okay. Are you sure, man? Are you sure? Are you sure you're Semi's new sis up? You're not.
I mean, that just goes with the programmer socks.
Oh my god, it does. Oh, all the signs were there. It's very funny that, considering all of the like accusing various characters of being trans, that is just like actually canon in one case.
Yeah. So what did we miss in your notes?
What did we miss? Let me have a quick flick through. I didn't take too many notes this time. I guess just like not that much happened to me. Happened that was worth pointing out. Not that it was terrible. It's like this is a very like low key one. There's mainly just like jokes.
Other than the one reveal. It's a lot more roomies.
Yeah, it's a big reveal, but it's also like familial twists. The thing of like this character being your sister or your real father or whatever always seem a lot more dramatic in fiction than they would in real life. If I had found out I had like a sibling who'd been like hidden from me this whole time, I'd be like, huh, that's kind of surprising. But I wouldn't be like, oh my god, no. That's not to say you can't do that. Obviously, you're allowed to have a big dramatic familial twist. We already mentioned Star Wars. Like it works for that story. It's just it's funny to me.
Yeah,
it's just
you don't have to follow reality.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we covered everything in terms of what I want to cover this episode. I don't know. What else, do you have anything else to say about this this little run?
No. I said pretty much everything I want to say.
Fair enough.
All right. So, what you got for us in suggestions?
I'm going to recommend I suppose it's a graphic novel. It's got images and words along next to each other. I'm going to recommend a graphic novel by animator Don Hertzfeldt called The End of the World. It is comprised of a bunch of scaled up little things doodled on post-it notes. That is kind of as its title implies, the end of the world, but it's a very sort of like strange and abstract one, in which like reality seems to like completely break down. People may not be, if you're not familiar, audience, with Don Hertzfeldt, he made a cartoon called Rejected, in 2000, which is around the time of this comic being made, actually, so it is relevant. There's like a little like short film about just cartoon characters getting up to antics. It is the like style of random humor that would just go on to like inform a lot of comedy on the internet. If you've ever seen like ASDF film, that's like riffing pretty heavily on the Rejected style. And then Don Hertzfeldt would like go into like make much longer, much more serious, but still with jokes animations. The two like most noteworthy ones being It's Such a Beautiful Day. It's Such a Beautiful Day, and the trilogy of like short films World of Tomorrow, both of which I would also like thoroughly recommend. Some of the material from End of the World would get recycled into World of Tomorrow. There's like specific like just like panels or like words or phrases or whatever that like get repeated. The ideas are like being like riffed on and expanded upon. It's cool. It's interesting. Yeah, that's my recommendation for this week is Don Hertzfeldt's End of the World, and also everything else Don Hertzfeldt has made.
Alright, folks, and I'm going to recommend a webcomic that's completed.
Yeah.
A Miracle of Science. It is what ran from 2002 to 2007, and it's about a detective who has to go after people who have super scientist disease, mental illness, and also Mars is a hive mind.
Yeah, and
both of those things come up and are important. Very much of the style of the aughts webcomics. So do not come in expecting the most highly detailed renderings. But yeah, it's a fun little thing.
Thank you for the recommendation. I feel like this was a good episode. We talked a lot about the internet and the culture of it, and we talked a little bit about the supposed webcomic that we're discussing.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say to our audience before we go? Or is that it?
Hey audience, you can make a Sprite comment right now. Nothing's stopping you.
Go steal sprites from Cave Story or whatever. And go make your comic about what if you were in it and there's time travel. Yeah.
Or like the Kissimmee dolls, or like whatever like little like avatar maker you have. You can use that to make comics too.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Do it. Again, as much as what I say may be a little bit mean about this, please do, if you're listening, just make something. It doesn't even have to be good. Just use your creative energies. Just do anything. Go grab sprites from somewhere. Go use Kisuke. Go use Poser or whatever 3D animation software you are an amateur at. Just scribble on paper and go scan it in. Scribble on post-it notes like Don Hertzfeldt did. Like, do anything, make something, as long as it's not with AI. Just like put your like mind and your hands to use, and I want to see it.
Yeah. We are doing this because we love like people just making shit.
Yeah, I believe in you.
Look. We would not exist if we cared about like what other people thought. This podcast would not exist.
Mm-hmm.
Also, please like us. Rate us on iTunes.
Yeah, give us a like, give us 5 stars, give us a thumbs up. Give us a
I hit
review.
the little bell icon.
Yeah, if we get a funny review, we'll read it out loud on the show.
If we get a mean review, we probably won't read it.
Yeah, unless it's also funny. Yeah.
Don't tell them that. Then you got people trying to make jokes.
Yeah, okay, be funny, but nowhere near as funny as us. Don't overshadow us, people, and then people, because otherwise people will pay attention to you.
Yeah, you have to keep the focus on us being cool. But yeah, thank you, folks. We'll see you again next week. Same talky time, same talky RSS feed.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I see the future coming, but I don't know what to do with you now that you're mine. And everything's ending, we don't have the time. I must have been out of my mind, 'cause I finally have something I don't wanna